it's that time once again. We're up at the Coakley Middle School looking at the progress. And Bethany, so much has been done.
Yeah, every month we're moving for sure. Right now we're in the A zone, finishing a lot of those floors or a lot of those finishes, and we're working our way down. So we're definitely getting to the finishes here.
And what's the most advanced part now? I always forget what order.
C, fourth floor is the furthest along, and then that's on the east side, and then we're working our way, that's on the east side. We're working our way west and down. So yeah, we have a lot of specialties, flooring, millwork, the marker boards you see, and they've been here for a couple months, and they're going to continue on through the building.
Yeah, I was surprised when we came in today. We walked by the gym to see basketballs. Not basketballs, basketball nets and backboards and everything.
Yeah, the equipment's all went in this past month. They're getting that gym ready to go. So the goal is to just get as much of the upper stuff done as we can so we can start putting that floor in, and then we don't have to protect it as much.
And so I don't know why I'm fascinated by the whole acclimation of the wood floors, but so when does that come in and how long does that take?
They're scheduled to deliver in the next 1 to 2 weeks, the flooring system, and then it takes about 1 to 2 weeks to acclimate, and then the flooring installer takes their time and makes sure that all the temperatures, humidity, everything's just right.
Yeah, just for those who don't know, just what do I mean when I say acclimate?
Basically, we want the wood to come into the room where it's going to eventually stay forever, right? So you want the wood to come in and you want to spread it out so that it can expand or contract or do whatever it's going to do in the longer term situation.
And on the way here, we walked by the auditorium.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. What are they doing though?
Yeah, we're doing most of the ceiling work in there. There's a lot of specialty ceilings in that space, and we are doing that off what's called the dance floor. So the auditorium is sloped down to the stage, so we leveled everything out temporarily with a scaffolding system. So the goal is to get that down within the next month, and then we'll start putting the seats in and doing all the finishes down below.
Okay. What did I miss? What didn't I see on the way in that you should tell me?
I mean, there's a lot going on. The above ceiling work is pretty close to done on the fourth floor. W Church is actually right now in the process of going back, triple checking everything, doing our quality control process, then working with the inspectors. We'll do that to do the final sign-offs, and then we're going to do what's called whiting out. I think we talked about that last time. So those are the next big milestones, and we're going to work floor to floor on that, and then just again, working our way down and getting those specialty spaces. We also have food service equipment that just is starting to get installed now, so those kitchen spaces are starting to get fit out. And then we've also just been working with Vertex and Margot and everyone with the town trying to make sure they have all they need from us for their furniture moving and everything in just a few short months.
I know, it's what are we? We're in January. It looks like a whole bunch has to be done, but it seems to be picking up now that everything's buttoned up.
Yeah, everything's kind of buttoning itself up, right? And the equipment, there's a lot of behind the scenes equipment, electrical work. A lot of things are starting to go live. So we're keeping everything protected, but bringing everything live and testing it out. And there's a lot of testing and running and balancing and this whole thing that happens kind of behind the scenes. So you don't really see that, but that's all the stuff we're getting into here on our end.
Yeah, and that was like, I remember it was probably last summer, I guess, when they did all that work outside in the parking lots and everything. And it's like, you can't see. All that work that was done is now covered up.
Yeah, Verizon's pulled their whole wire underground into the, like no one has any idea that happens, right? Yeah. But yes, all that stuff is still happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll be back with Luke to talk about what's coming up next. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
As promised, we're back with Luke Apone from Vertex. We've talked about a lot of the progress with Bethany, so what's ahead?
Sure, so much of the same. We're not seeing a ton of new work showing up, right? A lot of the subcontractors and the trades are already here, starting or continuing their work, right? It's very repetitive, right? Moving down in the building. We're working our way top down and finishing the building. As far as some of the new stuff we're seeing in some of the specialty spaces, we're like the gymnasium, we're seeing, basketball hoops and that type of athletic equipment being installed in there. Over in the auditorium, we're seeing some of the finishes begin there, whereas ceiling work is wrapping up over the next 6 weeks. Then we'll be able to take down the staging in that space and continue with the rest of the finishes in there. Similar, we have the black box theater on the first floor. We'll see some of the finishes start to take place there. And then with the mechanical systems, we're getting ready to start some of those up, the building mechanical systems, and start to commission those and get everything tuned in for when the building is turned over for the school's use in June.
And you feel comfortable we'll be opening in September?
Yeah, definitely. Very good for that. The plan is right now is at the end of the school year in June, the administrative staff will be moving from the existing building to the new building. They'll be working out of there for the summer, and we'll be taking down the existing building over the summer, completing the road work ahead of September, and then into the fall, we'll be starting the field out there.
That's right. How many fields do we have to, or how big's the field, I guess?
It's
Can you describe it in football field?
Sure, it's full-size football field. It's going to be a turf field with various lines for, lacrosse, field hockey, and et cetera.
Okay, great. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. We'll be back with more Digest.